Hello guys, how are you doing with your IELTS preparation? In this video we are going to improve our vocabulary, and after watching this video you will be able to avoid repeating the same word in your writing and speaking section. So let's get started this video. Before starting this video, I request you guys that please subscribe my channel to find more videos about IELTS, especially for the improving of your vocabulary to score high band in the lexical resource department. So let's get started. So our first word is abandon, which means to give up completely, and the synonyms which you guys can use for abandoned are relinquish, forgo, and forsake. The second one is adversity, which means misfortune, and the synonyms for adversity are affliction, mischance, or reverses. Third one is banter, which means good nature, teasing, or ridicule. And the synonyms which you guys can use for banter in your essays are raillery or chaff. The number fourth is biased, which means prejudice, and the synonyms for this is bigoted, arbitrary, partial, or partisan. Sorry. The number fifth is candid, and the noun for candid is candor, which means frank or outspoken. And the synonyms are artless, ingenious, or unbased. The number six is chronic, which means continuing something a long time, and the synonyms for this is persistent, unremitting, inveterate, or incessant. Number seventh is delinquent, which means an offender, and you guys can use synonym like derelict for delinquent. Number 8 is demeanor, which means behavior or bearing, and you guys can use synonyms like deportment or mean. The number 9 is edify, which means to instruct something like particularly in morals or religions, which and you guys can use synonyms like enlighten or make understand something. The number 10 is exceptionable, which means objectionable or something which is universally criticized, and you can use synonyms like questionable, reprehensible, and censorable. The number 11 is facade, and this word is especially used for the elevation or the front face of a building. So you guys can use synonym like elevation instead of facade in your essays. The number 12 is fluctuate, which means to vary irregularly, and you may read this word especially in your writing task 1 in your IELTS exam. And the synonym for fluctuate is oscillate, vacillate, undulate, or sway. The number 13 is garnish, which means to trim or decorate something, and the synonyms are adorn and deck for this word. 14 is gregarious, which means habitually fond of associating in a company, and the synonym of gregarious is sociable. Number 15 is hail, which means to greet or the crowd hail for the returning of a hero, and the synonym of hail is accost or salute. Number 16 is hoax, which means a trick or practical joke, and the synonym may be canard. Number 17, hypothesis, which means an assumption made for the sake of argument, and the synonym for hypothesis is supposition. And number 18 is idiosyncrasy. It means a personal peculiarity, and the synonyms are eccentricity, foible, crotchet, aberration, quirk, or singularity. Number 19 is immaculate, which means spotless, and the synonyms may be pure, undefiled, unsullied, unblemished, or untarnished. Number 20 is jargon, which means confused, and the synonyms may be gibberish, augut, or cant. Number 21 is jeopardy, which means danger, For example, we can see in a sentence that his life is in jeopardy, and the sentence may be hazard or peril. Number 22 is latent, which means hidden, or in other words, that something which is present but not fully developed, and the sentence may be dormant, quiescent, covert, or potential. Number 23 is lavish, which means profuse or generous, and the sentence may be ample or superabundant. Number 24 is malicious, which means of bearing or acting with something, and the sentence may be rancorous, malignant, malevolent, virulent, or vindictive. And the number 25th may be mundane, which means contrasted with the spirit, and the synonyms you can use as earthly, terrestrial, secular, or temporal. So these were the 25 words with the multi synonyms which you guys can use in your writing task 1 and writing task 2 to improve your bands in lexical resource department, and I believe that you guys can score 7 plus or at least 8 plus band or at least 7 plus band in your writing section as well as in the speaking sections.